I wanted to talk about my next story, which comes from the 5 months that I was staying at the hostel. There was a thief. We didn't know who it was, and they had been taking everyone's food for pretty much the entire time. It started small. People's food would go missing occasionally, but progressively it got worse as this thief grew more confident. Because, you know, after maybe in month 1 you're scared. In month 2 you're a little bit nervous. By month 3 you're pretty sure no one's gonna bother to catch you. By month 4 this guy was taking anything that he wanted. You just kind of accept it after a certain point. And it feels bad because if it's happening for that long, one of the students taking everyone's stuff, and we were family at that point, so someone's a traitor. We weren't sure who that was, and you don't really want to think about it. So I knew other people's things were being stolen, but mine, I was pretty lucky in the sense that I didn't have anything in the fridge, usually. A benefit for me, it kind of saved me from being tormented by this food thief. People's complaints just progressively got worse and worse and worse as it went on. So one day I was coming down to cook my breakfast, which consisted of oatmeal, just oatmeal and raisins. I go over and I reach in to get my oatmeal and it's not there and it's vanished. I'm like, processing. Who does that? This guy, and I finally got it, it clicked in my head. I'm like, what the fuck? And it's half gone. It's an open bag of oatmeal that you could go buy in the store for €1. And I finally understand how shitty everyone feels. I'm like, okay, you just made a grave error. You stole one thing too many. You've gone too far, and now I'm gonna catch you. So I got to work. I started thinking, what can I do to catch this person? What can I do to make them pay for that oatmeal and everyone else's torment over the last 4 months? And when you think about it and you really get down to it, there's only one way to catch this person. I was going to build a spy camera. And I got it working. ESP32 AI Thinker microcontroller unit. And I turned it into a video server. It was kind of a small victory moment. And then I had to find a way to hide the camera. I decided on an egg carton. I mean, who steals eggs? Maybe he opens it. I was wagering that he wouldn't. And I put it in my dry food box facing the fridge. Those were the fridges that this guy stole from. So I hit record. I'm recording up in my room, in the hostel bedroom, and everything's going well. So I leave it for the night and I go to bed. I don't know why. 3 a.m. I wake up. I wake up all the time, really early in the morning, 3, 4 a.m. usually. It's a bit annoying. I walk around for a bit, use the bathroom, and I notice that the stream isn't moving. Oh, going to the video file, it's corrupted. So I hit play again and I go back to bed again. Now the next morning, I open this video file. There's someone there. And the time is around 4 a.m., a little bit after I went to sleep after restarting the footage. And this guy, I'm like, this can't be him. Like, who comes down to the kitchen at 4 a.m. though? So I'm intrigued, and I keep watching. He opens one fridge, I'm like, okay, I can't really see it too well. He's taking an awful long time at that fridge. That's a little sussy. So I keep watching. He takes out these bags, and he starts putting things in them. And okay, I'm thinking, well, maybe he's getting some of his food. But he keeps putting things in these bags. And then he switches to the other fridge. And it's kind of like a mind-blown moment. I'm just like, oh, no fucking way, man. You're shitting me. This is the guy. This is definitely him. And he's going through box after box after box. Like, the gall of this guy, dude. And he goes off screen, off camera, and I'm sure he's checking the other fridge. And then later in the video, he comes over and he starts rummaging through all the dry boxes, and he stares directly into the camera. I caught the guy within 24 hours. The first night of setting up this camera. I decide I'm gonna tell people at dinner, and I was gonna let them judge whether or not he's actually stealing the food. So I'm like, okay, I'm sitting down at dinner, and I'm like, I may or may not have footage of the food thief. And everyone just loses their shit immediately. Like, you have to show us, you have to show us. Oh, they're like, that's my chicken. That is my chicken he just took and put in that bag. He stole my chicken. That's the guy. At that moment, we knew.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Immediately, it's just an explosion of activity. Everyone's losing their minds. And people are calling their parents, calling each other, we caught him, we caught the guy, we caught him, oh. and like, there was this crowd of people around me. Such a good job, oh. And I felt like I just solved, like I just caught someone on the world's FBI, like, most wanted list. And it was such a moment of victory. Even if it was a small thing. Like, everyone was so happy, so excited. Just so excited in general, and it was because of me. I didn't realize I could have that kind of effect. So then the next day, the hostel manager comes, and he wants to see the footage too. He's like, oh, I heard you have some video. I'm like, oh, I might. Might not be mine, you know, but I got some if you want to see it. So I sit down with the manager of this hotel, and I show him the video feed, and he's like, yep, I know that guy, like that was like one of the suspects. And I mean, you're always sure after you've learned the fact, like, oh yeah, I always knew that, it was that guy. So he goes to confront the person. He's gonna try and get a confession. He comes to me, and he says he admitted it. He admitted the whole thing. He's been stealing food every night, and next week he's gonna be gone. Yes. And no one's food was stolen after that, and it was all because he took half a bag of oatmeal.